要了解教育法 to understand education law. Hey, what is education law? Pretty much it's based on Constitution. Why is that important? Because everyone heard it's very hard to get into top schools. Why is it hard? Because we don't understand the law. So let's kind of understand the law first. Who here, I see some students here, who here wants to study law in the future, politics? Oh, okay. So now's a good time to kind of understand it, right? Okay, let's start. Anybody heard this term? Underrepresented minority, URM. Everyone think of URM. If you guys don't take one thing home, is to take this concept home, URM. Very easy to explain. If I apply to UCLA, where there's like 50% Asians, am I underrepresented minority, URM? Hope, what do you think? Am I URM at UCLA?
Nope.
When the nickname University of Law, California Laws Among Asians? No. So the concept is like you apply to, let's say, liberal arts schools, less Asians. But it's not limited to just race and ethnicity. Okay? First of all, who gets into all Ivy Leagues? We got to congratulate this gentleman. Last year he got all 8 Ivy Leagues, 8 for 8. Okay, not all 8 of them, 100%.
百发百中。
But we have to be honest. What ethnicity is it? Let's be really honest. Yes. Okay, and that's part of the law. Okay, because the law encourages different ethnicities, so we have to kind of play them. Okay, so for Asians, it's really hard to get just 1 or 2. Okay, to get 8 is impossible. Okay, let's look at the spots. It's like a pizza pie. How do we allocate these spots? Let's say top 15 schools admit an average of 2,500 per year. So the number of spots is 37,000. Total high schools in America, 18,000. Total graduates, 3.7 million. If you take 1% of that, it's 37,000. So what are these top 15 schools looking for? Pretty much the top 15, top 1%. See the numbers equal. Okay? And let's look at the different categories. We have a category here is green.
Hold on one second. Top 1%，我来稍微讲一下。Let's say Irvine is very 竞争非常竞争的一个学校。Become the top 1% is not the top. Do you think Irvine School District will weigh more than Santa Ana?
Yeah, our API score is so much higher. Santa Ana is like half of API score. Come on.
Is it true?
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. But do you think Santa Ana, if they have advantage to apply to school?
Yes, because they probably in this category, what's called, we're going to go over it, protected by law. Okay? 法律保护。
法律的这个保护区的范围。
Okay, so you want to be in this category, the green category. There are 3 categories, okay, about 40%. Number 1 is legacy. Does anyone understand what legacy means? What is legacy?
校园。
Okay, let's say if your dad or mom went to Harvard, okay, Stanford, they graduated. So you're a legacy. They want the whole family to go. Okay, or your name's Kennedy, Rockefeller, Carnegie. Okay, legacy.
那如果不是 legacy 呢？
Then you have to go to the next category. Yes.
Does graduate school legacy matter as much as undergraduate school?
Yes.
It does.
Yes. They want the name. They want an exclusive club. Harvard, Yale, Ivy League. So legacy. They want to look at your parents. They look at parents too, basically. Then the next category is what's called 法律保护, protected by the law. Social economic disadvantage. Low income, low to medium income, and or single parent household, or first generation college student. This is, you get extra points for that. And that gentleman probably fits in one of those categories.
The single mom was the dad,
Yes.
so they works for the option.
a lawyer, we cannot tell you to do that. We don't do divorce law. Okay, so let's say if you're not legacy, not protected by law, what can you do? There's still one more thing you can do, and that's sports. Okay, sports. Sports, America is really sports culture. Okay, shall we see, do you know how many teams Harvard has? How many athletic teams?
40.
40 teams. And each year, they got to take like 500 athletes at least.
So let's say 跑步的 Harvard 这个多少个跑步的？
Track and field team, Harvard has 110 people, only 4 Asians. So you're Asian who can run, then you're URM. Okay, you don't need one. You don't need to win the Olympics. You could just average speed. So athletes jump into the front of the line. Right? So if you're any one of these, an athlete means you're recruited by college, and later on we'll show you examples. Not just participate, but if you participate not being recruited, still could put in essay. 小主席翻译一下。
等一下，大家都懂吗？哈，我们看一下这一张哈，那这个里面，等一下我们会讲这个 Harvard， 它同时 Derek Gow 他是一个 athlete swimming， 那他同时被 Harvard 跟 Yale recruit， 哎，所以但是呢，游泳如果太晚开始的话，可能来不及，跑步还来不及。所以这个法律照顾区运动员也是其中一项。
It's just like you go to Disneyland, you go to Universal. You don't want to wait in the line 2 hours. You want to be in a VIP 10 minutes, right? That's the fast line. So you can take a lot of rides again and again. Okay, you want to be in this line. Now let's say you're not in the green, then try to be at least in this category. This is called a.
还有一个学校政策。
Oh.
International student.
I forgot about that. International students, policy of the school. Right now, the trend is to attract as many international students as possible. For UC, why? They pay double, $60,000 a year. UC is money. For private schools like Harvard, Harvard's international percentage international student has doubled in the last 10 years. It's now about 13-14%.
哪一所学校是最多 international student 的？哎，可是现在 NYU 已经是 number one 了 ，USC， yeah。
So international students, this is the way the schools look at it. $60,000 is like selling a car. We get them for 4 years, 4 cars. Bring them here. If they can survive, there's another one willing to take this place. So they don't care. Schools act like car dealers.
所以就是表示我们 UC resident compete 的这个竞争对手，除了有外州的居民，还有 international student。所以我们 UC 的 resident 跟妈妈一直点头，对不对 ？OK， 是我们 UC resident 要进 UC， 现在是难上加难，这是其中一个。
Okay, so let's say you're not in this category, try to be in this category. This is what we call the STEM, science, technology, engineering, math. That means you're really good in science.
要多棒呢？
Intel finalists.
几个啊？才
There's only 40 people every year. Or, AIME, because Amy, does anyone heard of this math contest? It's like 1% people pass that test. It's like your college level, like PhD level almost. Okay? So it's not just science fair, more like a national award.
你说 county 不算嘛？
Unfortunately not. Even though Orange County is much more competitive than St. Louis or Obispo County. Right? This category is called the liberal arts. So you need to stand out. Poetry contest, writing contest. Usually most of the students are not able to do that. Let's say if you're not able to get so we suggest you combine them. What does it mean? Let's say if you're an engineering student. One way is use literature. How do you use literature? We'll show you examples of our students later. Okay, use literature, inject it into the essay. So that will make you much more compelling. Okay?
那我们希望就是说，如果你是绿色区的话，至少你可以 combine 变成是文理并重。理科呢，如果不是到达 national 的 competition 的这个范畴之内，至少可以有一个文学的东西进来，文理并重。 因为呢，常春藤的大学呢，他们本来都是文理学院起家的。
Yeah, all the Ivy Leagues, they started out as liberal art schools. They want students to read a lot. And later on, we'll show you examples of what books they read. Okay. Now, if you're not in the VIP or this category, you're in the regular. You go to Universal Studios on the weekend, wait 3 hours for a ride. Okay. This kind of category we call the gray area. It's pretty much like rolling the dice. It's very hard for you to stand up. In fact, in Chinese, we have a term for it. 炮灰 is like, it's like you get killed in battle. Right? You get killed in battle. Because then they could, Harvard could just randomly pick a name out and pick it.
有人要造炮灰是不是？所以这就是为什么我们在 Irvine School District 这么竞争的地方，那我们4所高中都非常非常好。
现在有6所啊， there's going to be 6 high schools. There's going to be newest high school, Portola High School.
Yeah， 都非常好，但是我们的小孩子成绩也是很棒，大家也常常听过2300，结果 Ivy League 一个都没进的，就是炮灰区。好，那就是为什么这个位置有限。刚刚我们讲的派位置有限，那如果没有 strategy 的话，很容易就变成炮灰区，继续造。
So we gotta have strategy to get into, this category or this category somehow. Otherwise, this is it's a danger zone. Okay. Okay, let's see how we're gonna get there. Right. Okay, that's something common myth here. I'll say that in English and explain. Number 1, the common myth is take as many AP classes as possible. Take 15. Doesn't matter. You got C's and D's. Is that right? Winnie?
这边有 student 吗？
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you? 9th grade? Okay. So, which high school?
Oh no. Well, you can't take APs in 9th grade. But don't you want to take like 10 next year? No. Why not? Too hard. Okay, that's what we suggest students. Take APs if you feel that you can get an A. If you don't, you fall down. It doesn't really look good on you, especially apply for schools outside California and private schools, because they go by what's called unweighted GPA. So I know APs are weighted, but first of all, I went to high school in New York City, and we don't have extra points for AP. Like Texas, I think they give like 3 extra points for AP.
So, 在 Texas， 如果你拿 AP 拿 A 的话是7分，所以 go outside California 就变成大家是 unweighted。
So it's better you just don't fall
这
down.
个下一个问题啦，那问题就是说我们要拿 AP， 你就要拿 A。
That's the key. Okay.
那如果拿不了 A， 就不要拿 AP。9年级的。
These common myths actually we're gonna talk about when our examples comes up as students. So we're gonna go next week. Okay. Okay. Actually, we're gonna go to this one first. Okay. Early decisions. Okay. For the 11th graders here, you have to think about applying for early decision, because that's one way you cut in line. We have to think about strategy cutting line. Okay. Now, Charlie said, a lot of people said early decision is binding. That's kind of scary. Does that scare you?
Early decision 是 binding 吗？有没有来听过
No,
？Binding。
I don't know what that.
Oh, you don't know what it is? Okay. Okay, let me kind of explain. That's good. Early to some schools, especially like the Ivy League, like Cornell, Columbia, UPenn, they say you can apply for early decision. That means if you get in, you have to go. But that usually you have an easier chance to get in. Let's say, for example, Harvard, the year before, they have 21% getting early. Regular is like 4%. So almost a 6-to-1 ratio.
那不用讲 Harvard 啊，谁进去 early action 都要进去啊 ，doesn't matter is binding or not，right？ 先讲到 come down to 就是小藤 ，OK？ 那是不是 let's say like Cornell early decision. If you apply Cornell, it's early decision. Do you have to go? 一定要去吗？
Yeah, what do you think? So you get in Cornell, and do you think you have to go? Depends on whether you want to go.
Maybe.
Well, if you apply for financial aid at the same time, then you don't necessarily need to go. Okay, who here? I'm sure pretty much everyone has bought a house, right? Signed up contract. You buy a house. What situations you don't need to buy? Let's say you cannot get a mortgage. You don't need to buy. So you apply financial aid. It's the same concept. You can back out. Okay? No college will tell you that, but this is based on contract law, and we're lawyers. We already read the contract. Okay, so if you're afraid in binding, apply for financial aid at the same time. Then you can back out because depending on how much money they give you. If they don't give you enough money, just like can't get mortgage, don't need to go. So that's why it's not binding. Don't listen to what college say. They don't like to give you an escape route. They want to hold on to you. Don't listen to what school counselors say. They don't know contract law. Okay?
Well, do they have, if you apply for financial aid, do you have less chance to be accepted?
That's one of the next ones. Okay? You had so what's your name, sir?
Mike.
Mike, okay. Mike asked a very good question. If you apply for financial aid, does it lessen your chance of getting to these schools? 3 categories of schools. Knee blind. These are the best schools in America, private schools. Ivy League, Stanford, MIT, they're knee blind. Why? They want the best students. They cover up their eyes, they give you money to go if you're good enough. They really don't care. Here's one good student. Knee aware, knee sensitive, these are NYU, Boston U, and USC. They're very famous in the Asian community, but they're car dealers. The car dealers mean they want your money. They want your money. That means they are sensitive. They want money in their pocket.
But can you repeat the name of those category?
Knee blind means they cover up their eyes, so they Ivy League, the top ranking private school.
You mean all the Ivy than that?
Yes, yes. All that you look at the top rankings, top 10, top 20 private schools, they're knee blind.
Yeah, the top 10.
Yeah. Okay, knee aware, knee sensitive, they run it as a business.
So
Okay.
who is the leader at second?
NYU, Boston U, USC. Okay. But let's get back to early decision. Don't be afraid. Here's why. If you're not number 1, let's say you're number 10. There's 9 people ahead of you. You can cut in line. How do you cut in line? Early decision. Apply early. Because the schools really love you to love them first. Okay. Easiest way to think of is like, let's say if you have a hotel. In the beginning, you give coupons. Lower the cost, people will come. Then about 50% fall, we increase the price. So a lot early, they take 50%. Yeah.
Do you have limitation for how many schools you can apply?
You only apply 1. That's a good question. Early decisions versus 1. Okay. There's some schools, let's say MIT, Chicago, there's early action, which is like kind of halfway, so kind of go in a little too much. But the concept is cutting line first.
So sorry, we have a guest speaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Guest speaker. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes, come in. I just want to introduce Catherine from Beckman High. She's a class of 2015. She got to Northwestern early. She applied early. Now, Catherine, maybe you can tell us what kind of activities you do in outside activities, extracurricular.
I played piano for 8 years, and I did figure skating for 5 years.
Okay, figure skating. That's very interesting. I hear that figure skating you have to, go to Anaheim very early in the morning. How early?
They wake up at like 4:30 to skate for class.
Did you say 4:30 a.m.?
Yeah.
And how long do you skate?
About an hour.
And then you come back and go to class?
Yeah.
And did you tell me once that you want your mom By the way, that's her mom right there, okay? By the way, you want your mom to speak also. You and your sister drove to Anaheim early in the morning, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that, okay? So how do you think like skating can help your academics?
Probably because it taught me to be dedicated to something and really put my heart into something and just focus on something that's important to me.
Okay, okay. Now, summer programs is also very important for a student's development. What did you tell us some summer program you did? I think you went to some interesting summer programs, right?
Yeah, so the summer before sophomore year, I went to Jamaica to volunteer at a hospital. And then summer before senior year, I went to Smith College for a month to do classes there.
Okay. Now, you say you volunteered at Jamaica at a hospital, and did it kind of confirm your interest in the medical field?
Yeah, because I got to shadow doctors and watch them see their work.
Okay, and then what you plan to major in Northwestern?
Cognitive science.
Okay, and what's your career goal after that?
Doctor.
Okay, okay. So, doctor is going to be a long road, okay? So, you're going to have to, take an MCAT, get high GPA. So, now, and then why did you choose to, apply Northwestern early? Just talk about early decision.
Well,
What attracted to you versus other early decision schools like Columbia or UPenn or Cornell?
I like that they let you do majors and minors that are really things that don't always have relation to each other. So I've always been interested in a lot of different things, not just one specific subject. So I thought it'd be cool to be able to major in one thing and then minor in something a little different.
Okay, and lastly, what kind of suggestion you have for like the juniors in the audience who's going to be applying to college pretty soon?
Don't procrastinate on essays.
Procrastinate, keep that in mind, okay? Don't submit it 11:59 p.m. 1 minute before the deadline, okay? Thank you very much, Catherine.
Oh, he gave me a lot of tips on like application process and stuff, and he helped me through the whole thing. And he helped a lot with that.
Essays is most important, okay? Okay, thank you, Catherine, for those kind words. Okay, so that's an example of early decision, okay? So let's kind of go over,
But can I ask you a question?
Yes.
For the early decision, you can tell me what's the major, which is.
actually, what I come up to examples is going to answer your question,
So-
okay? Yes, when you apply, you do have to talk about majors. Yeah. Just a quick review of, this is class 2014, which Catherine is not even part of. Just a quick review of top 50 students. We got a lot of got into the Ivy Leagues and Caltech, U Chicago. It's almost 50%. For local schools like Berkeley, California schools, we have a really high admission rate. And for UC San Diego, it's almost like definitely it's a safety school for our students. So our students really have high standard. We look definitely beyond UC San Diego. We go a little higher, way higher. Now we're going to go over some examples of some of our students, and this is more like for discussion purposes. So we suggest you not to take pictures. For our exam, we're going to show you like essays and their like SAT scores. Okay, we're just gonna see where you or your kid kind of fit in. Examples of Irvine High students and outside Irvine students. Okay, so and then just give you an idea, what's behind the reason for success. Okay. Okay. So let's go here. Okay. first we have anyone from Beckman High here? Again, what grade are you in? 11th, okay. So Eric is from class of 2014 at Stanford. Okay, he got to Stanford. And he is an excellent example of what's called, on the surface, appear to be average student, but is able to nail really top. Okay? Why is he considered, on the surface, an average student? Well, first of all, he doesn't do much volunteering. Only 6 hours.
6 hour 1年还是4年？
I think it's 12. Hey, I'm sorry, please don't take any pictures.
哎，please，
Please
不要
don't
照
take.
相，我们不要照相，好不好？不要照相，不要录音，哈，就听就好了。
His extracurricular composed of 2 years of JV soccer, 9th grade and 10th grade. No big award. Appear to be Shudaito, like a nerd. He plays a lot of video games and reads. He doesn't like to
哎，不要忘了哦 ，video game and read，OK？
He participates in no clubs in school. He doesn't want to do clubs to put in college applications. Okay? So when he got to Stanford, everyone just so totally shocked. How could someone that doesn't participate in clubs get into Stanford? How is that possible? Because you know what? Stanford doesn't play that game. Playing Stanford, if you see participating in 10 clubs, knows you're a total fake. Okay? You don't have. So what did he do? First of all, he applies a computer science major. Art is second choice. He went to a summer program called CISA. Anyone heard of this summer program? CISA. He did arts. He likes art. He pursued his passion. Okay? And then he is excellent writer. Okay, let's take a look at some of his sample. Right?
找一个学生，
Okay?
那个男生。
Yeah. Can you read out for us this short paragraph? Yeah. Yeah, you're from Beckman High, huh?
My creative mind is my sanctuary, my greatest companion, and my strongest weapon against the villainous forces of tedium and monotony, bringing my quirky ideas to life on the pages of my sketchbook, and sharing said ideas with others is hands down my greatest pleasure.
Okay, this is an example shown but not tell. He wants to show that he's creative, but he never said
没
he's
有说
creative.
creative 在这个词，有没有？
He didn't say, as a result of going to CISA, I become very creative. Okay, that's so 6th grade-ish. Okay, show not tell, because he reads a lot. It's easy for him to incorporate it. And then for his roommate essay, Stanford has a roommate essay. This is what he said. Pardon me if I wake you up in the middle of the night, because I often wake up in the middle of the night, because when I have a big idea, I just wake up and work on my computer. I hope I don't bother you, maybe we can work on it together. That worked very well at Stanford, because Stanford is looking for the next big Google founder, not exactly Google engineers. So without telling that he's creative, he just show not tell.
他也没有讲说这个他是很 creative， 他是说他有什么 big idea， 他半夜就要起来，就要写下来，他也希望你跟我一样。OK， 所以这个 Stanford 呢，他有另外3篇 essay。那事实上就像 total 有4篇 essay， 就像我们煮菜一样，你不能每个都是大鱼大肉，有些是要 main course， 有些是要 dessert， 有些是要有小一点的小菜。所以他就可以展现出来4篇 essay 是一个很好的一个 combination。
Stanford has PhD psychologists reading your essay for people who make it to the last round. You want to get in, you got to pass them.
那你就说，如果是 Asian Robotic 很会读书，
I participate in many activities. As a result, I become a leader.
那很难进 Stanford， 都跑去 Berkeley 哦。
Yep. They won't make it. Right? So your writing needs to be like really smooth out. Okay. So that's an example of someone who's creative. Okay, who's gonna, and Stanford's looking for people who's hidden talents, not exactly like thugs. Okay, next, anyone from Irvine High here? Oh, Irvine High, okay. Emily Chen, okay. Stanford, Harvard. Okay, and that's, yeah, maybe we could lower that a little bit. Okay, this is a better picture. Okay, this is an example of a student who kind of plays safe. Didn't take too many APs because we told her not to. We told her not to fall down. By the time she finished 11th grade, I think she only had like total maybe just 5 AP classes. Okay, and just like 2 or 3 in the senior year. So on the surface, you can say, how can you get to Harvard and Stanford just like that, right? She also has a secret weapon, SIMBA. Has anyone heard of the SIMBA program, Stanford Institute of Medical Research? Right? Yes. She got into the SIMBA program the previous summer. And then that's like a side door to Stanford and Harvard. Later on, Yale Mom's going to talk a little bit more about this SIMBA program. Okay? So her application strategy is she got into Stanford early action. Then she applied regular to Harvard, and she got into Harvard, regular Princeton regular.
Hypers 只进3所。
Yale didn't take her. Okay, so you can't
不
get
是
you
百发百中。
can't win them all. Okay, even if you get SIMBA. Okay. Okay, let's go for the next one. Okay, next we have anyone from Warner High here? This is an example of an athlete. Okay, you're from Warner High? Okay. Do you know him? He's class 2014. He got Harvard and Yale. This is how he did it. He's a swimmer. Okay? First, he applied to Yale early action. Early action in sports, you got in not December 15, you got it in October 15. Before
还没有 early decision deadline， 他就已经是知道进了 Yale。
Why?
10月15。
Because a coach submitted application for him. Yale coach wants him.
哎呦，有多快啊！
Anybody swims here? Okay. He's a breaststroke specialist. 100-yard breaststroke, 54 seconds. If you're a girl, add 8 seconds. 102. Then you can wear that shirt and this shirt. And then he got to Yale. We say, hey, why stop at Yale? Let's talk to the Harvard coach. Because once Harvard knows you've been accepted by Yale, Harvard's going to take you too. So we approached the Harvard coach, and one Christmas, email him. The Harvard coach called him back on New Year's Eve. He said, Derek, can I talk to you? No, actually, it's an assistant coach. He said, call Derek, the head coach wants to talk to you. Are you available? I said, hold on a second, let him wait for a while first, okay? And Harvard coaches asked him one question. If I can